Hey everybody, Luigi excited here, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. In the last episode, I was joined by my lovely girlfriend, and we defended Mr. Willpowers in court on the first day of the trials. In this episode, I'm adjusting my chair because it always somehow gets lower. We will continue the trial. Now let me get into character. Ahem. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest. So who is the Steel Samurai in that security photo? I should turn this down a little bit. It's a little loud. Right there. How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it. Really? What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a I got the hiccups. Steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. I got interrupted. We'll cut that out. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. There's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, beware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great, as if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Well, the security lady. Oh, did we target the assistant girl? I don't remember. I think we want to target Old Bag here. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through? There's only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. This is not the right voice at all. I'm gonna get the Jersey accent back, don't worry. Order, order! Is this true, Old Bag? Old Bag? That's Mrs. Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guarded alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers as a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day. But why would I do something so horrible to that poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10-second stops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How could you be so sure? Oh, or is it nice to the kids at Media Elders Day? Whippersnapper. I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? Card key. The scene of the murder, as we all know, is Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studio have a card key? I see. Would the witness care to comment on this? The bag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings in the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy... What was her name? Something Old Bag, Your Honor. And the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. I could have done that in the last episode. I thought it would be longer. Well, wait a second! I'm not just gonna sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. I was wrong. There is more. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the courts until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Global Studios want me to keep quiet about something. Okay, let's go on pressing. Also, I apologize if you guys hear thunder outside. There is a storm about to roll through, so you might... Again, it's possible you could do so. So you were told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. Other people in the studio. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime. They had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There's a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... yeah. Nothing to do with it. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they give you a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. There's still a couple more. I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Them? Who are these people? Well, the director and the producer have started. Okay. Okay. We got everything out of this. No. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. So, thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really, it's nothing. Or should I say... we'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and the producer. They'll be turning up at the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there. With or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studio. Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys.